Hey, it's Katie, the angel that says fuck, and this is Megan.
Hello.
We are hitting that time of the month again where it's time to think about the new month and the new moon coming up. So we are heading into that right now.
There's a handful of different little astrological events going on this next month. So we're starting July 2nd with a new moon. It's a total solar eclipse. And it's the first one since August 21st, 2017.
Which was a doozy, if you remember. I remember having some really knocked down, drag out news. Some like emotional things happening because it was Leo Aquarius. It was teaching me to like emotionally disconnect from my ego in a way that was healthy and focus on what mattered. And this year, with this moon, we are starting eclipse season for this summer, as we're just saying. And what the eclipse points are this year, instead of Leo and Aquarius, it's Capricorn and Cancer. So that's changing the energy entirely. This is mother-father energy, the access between those. It's the opposites. It's light and dark, life and death. Self-parenting is going to be coming up. That's going to be a theme because our parents, things we learned from them are going to be resonating with us very deeply, and we will have to decide where we're going with that. What happens when there is an eclipse is the north and south node are in certain points and they move in retrograde. So they go backwards instead of going forwards. Last year they were in Leo and Aquarius, and now they're in Capricorn and Cancer. And when we have moon lunations that are active on the like in Cancer or Capricorn is when we have eclipses. So that's what an eclipse is it's when the moon and the sun have a specific alignment, and usually it I believe it's when it's a new moon, it's a solar eclipse, correct? And then when you have the full moons, it's a lunar eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
So
then we got on July 9th coming up, we got Saturn opposition the sun.
That's going to be really interesting. That's going to be like restrictions and organizing and being forced to evaluate how we think of ourselves, how we identify.
Then on July 16th to the 17th, we have a partial lunar eclipse, and they also are calling this moon the Thunder Moon. That just kind of has to do with July happens to be the month of thunderstorms and stuff like that.
Electric energy.
Yes. And then July 29th and 30th, we're going to have dueling meteor showers.
We're about to have a guest on the table. What are you doing?
You're just checking it out.
We almost had a cat on the table with us. Who knows? Maybe it was a sign.
Meteor showers.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so the meteor showers are happening on July 29th to the 30th, later at the end of the month. From the Capricornides section of the sky was the constellation area zone. And here we have our guest. This is Indica. He's helping. Okay. The meteor showers are always really fun to go catch if you can. I find it really interesting that this meteor shower is going to be happening in the part of the sky that these eclipse points are going to be tickling more or less and stimulating. So it'll be fun to see what that means for us all. If you want help finding where Capricorn and Cancer are in your chart, so you know how these eclipses that are just starting up are going to affect you, let me know. I'll help you with that. I kind of enjoy getting into North and South Node astrology lately. It's kind of capturing my imagination a lot, so let me know.
And then lastly, we have on the 31st of July, we have the second new moon for the month. They call this a black moon when it's the second. So sorry, I was like,
how are we gonna have 2 new moons?
because that's why it's called a black moon, because it's
like a kind of like a blue moon.
Exactly. Yes. So it's the second new moon in a month. That's why they call it the black moon. See, I knew something.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
Besides that, we're doing the reading for the month of July and for the moon. This new moon reading. New moon reading. So the first 2 cards we're gonna pull, we'll each pull 1 card. For the month, we'll interpret it. We'll put it together. We'll give you a combined interpreted reading, and then whoever pulled the first card, they'll also pull the card for the moon reading. So that person will interpret that, and we'll go from there.
Let's see how we can get this energy flowing. I noticed myself yawning already, which usually means like I'm having a throat chakra thing. I've been kind of clearing my throat today anyway.
Maybe Indica has something to say for this reading. He is a Cancer.
Well, he didn't literally say anything, but I don't know. Maybe he's being telepathic, and it's for somebody out there watching.
I don't know. You felt like he needed to be the star of the show.
That already feels so much better. I love Sage so much. Oh my god. Okay, so we usually, when we start these monthly readings, we'll pull a card from the Sacred Rebels deck. And
this is for the energy of the moon.
This
overall.
And what we pulled at the very beginning here is every journey starts with a single step. And as you can see, there's butterflies coming out of this briefcase. I'm trying to get a non-glary sort of look at it.
That is cool.
But you can see the Taurus, Taurus energy around her. And it's this very energetically charged card. So add those numbers together. It's a card 3, which is a really interesting... we'll see if there's a theme with 3 as we go along. You never know.
We'll touch on that at the end.
We'll read a little. Do you want to do that, or should I?
We'll just, if you want, we can just go over it at the end.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
All right. I need a little bit of water when we get started here.
You pull first.
All right. Let's do the card blessing real quick. Before we start, I always like to ask for the spirits of truth, love, and light, and benevolent darkness, the energies that wish us our highest good and want to influence us towards our embetterment and advancement and spiritual growth. And I ask that our own egos may be removed during this time so that we can deliver the messages pure and as intended, as close to possible. That Spirit wants them delivered. I ask that you all participate with your energy, or your deities or your ancestors, give them all permission to participate and bring to our mouths the words that need to be said in the right timely manner and the right arrangement. And that we be general enough for everybody to understand. All right. That feels pretty good.
Aye, Captain.
Aye. All right. So, Aries. What have we here for you? So this is really pertinent. I mean, is this initially for the moon or for the month? The first card.
The first two are for the month.
Okay, so we're pulling 3 cards. The first 2 are for the month.
I already explained it.
Yeah, sorry. I'm a space cadet. We just got done working for 2 days in a row, and that always fucks Katie up. So yeah. Anyway, back to balance. these eclipses are going to be making sure that we call to balance our feelings of security, which are exhibited by the pentacles here, and our emotions, which are exhibited here. It's going to be in a square to Aries, which is tension based. So we're not going to be able to ignore the fact that we need to either ask for help spiritually or from somebody else to help balance or bring into focus something that we need to hear. I feel like it's the twos are always like a teeter-totter, especially in this card. So
well, it's a lot kind of like the axis of the eclipse.
Very much so. It's Capricorn and Cancer basically in this card. Somebody like, Aries is not catching their balance very well. So I'm thinking this is going to be catching us off guard in regards to financial matters, or just maybe emotional and financial matters. We might feel like we have a fear of something brewing, or we're not feeling as secure as we'd like, but we have to make a decision to feel a certain way. Otherwise, the security won't be able to establish.
Financial matters are definitely on the right path, because this is the Eight of Pentacles. This is the hardworking, the dedication, concentration card. So
maybe you're good at a lot of things and you need to focus on one thing to get to perfect your talent at it, to get good at one thing and become an expert in it instead of being a jack of all trades.
Yeah, sometimes it's best to put all your effort into one thing, concentrate on that, and then go on to the next. Not trying to have too many cups full, because sometimes you can end up spilling some cups.
Aries are especially good at starting projects and not following through, but we're being asked to do something different this time with this energy and actually following up and making sure that connections get made this month.
Very cool. Let them know what they got for the moon.
I fucking hate this card. There's a kind of struggle. I don't think that's the right word. There's a tug and pull sensation with intellectual matters. Like maybe it comes to being too clever and feeling like you got the last jab in, like the last word. I feel like he's smug. Don't be so certain that you know the outcomes of things. Because this guy has a lot to learn. He's trying to get away with shit, but there's people gaining on him in the back. He thinks he took the last shot, but there's going to be a surprise.
Dun dun dun.
I don't know how else to describe this. Like, are you getting anything?
He's a bully. I don't know. That's the only thing that comes to my mind.
I feel like
that dude's a bully.
He's a smart ass bully. Like, I don't know. He feels so shitty. Like, usually it's so funny how cards can have certain vibes, and you can look at the same card, different readings, and have different vibes. Like, so I don't know how that connects financially. Maybe there's somebody that's stealing your ideas or stealing credit from you at work, and that's why you need to focus. Oh, great, cool. We have a clapper in here. So maybe there's somebody trying to steal your credit and take your work, your good work, and take the credit for it, and you're not going to let them get away with it. Something like that.
Right, Taurus. The Six of Wands. All right. I tend to look at this as kind of like the victory card. He's kind of like on the horse going through the parade, kind of waving. Some people are happy for him. Like there's his like fans and his haters in the background. But he knows who he is. He's got the bag or the wreath. Whatever you want to
He's
call it.
definitely winning.
Winning,
Taurus. So this is like you're being handed like
finally
an
being
award.
recognized.
A public recognition is resulting right now. Lighting is so like bright and sometimes and dark other times. There's like fertility. There's ideas being given to you on a silver platter. There's passion. You're able to feel like you can spread out and take your money and it, like not like use it in fun ways, and it's literally causing, it's like almost like flexing, like this is a lot of flex, like somebody just like looks so good, smells so good.
When you're good at something,
like
it's not intentional that you're flexing. You're just being you. Like,
but there's always going to be somebody that's like bitter about it. So watch for the salty people because you're obviously doing the right things right now. So if you wanted a confirmation as to who was the crazy one, it's obviously
I want to
them.
kind of tell a story about an example of saltiness. So, when it comes to the wine community around here, there's Uptown Wine, and then there's another place. Well, they got a little salty because, well, we were pouring wine at the event center, and they wanted
Which we
to.
work for Uptown, by the way.
Yeah, like, and so we teamed up with Brew Kaipa. They're a local brewery, and so we're pouring under their license. And so what this other winery doesn't understand is that we had to be invited. Like, it's not something like we waltzed in there and was like, we need to do this. No, we got invited. But anyways, they got all salty.
Because we wound up with an exclusive opportunity to sell wine at the new Performing Arts Center in town. And so they didn't like that they didn't have an opportunity to also sell their wine at this thing.
But I want to mention that their wine is much more high priced.
It's craft. It's like it's much smaller
and
batches.
And it wouldn't even have fit the price point of what wine was selling for.
That's exactly the kind of they think because of the public recognition and the invitation, like this hand, that something is being taken away from them, but that's just kind of a lack mentality going on their end. That's the haters in the back, sort of just not really understanding the mechanics of why this is coming in so easy or appearing to be so easy. So that's a really good example of rivalry.
Yeah, like just not flexing. You're just being who you are. Like,
just because you're good.
All right, let's see what the moon has for Taurus. The moon has the moon.
Wow. So
let's see what the moon has for Taurus.
Like, things are looking good because, you know, like overall for the month, things are looking good. But right now, at this very moment, this moon might actually be the catalyst for it becoming that good. It might be the before the Ace of Pentacles happens.
I want to say for Taurus, for this moon particularly, be careful what you say. Because look, I even worded my sentence. I said, how is the moon for Taurus? And literally this card says the moon. And I didn't even mean it like that.
Manifesting is very, very, very quick lately.
Watch your words.
Try to build momentum in the places that are positive.
Dang.
Gemini. The moon's in Gemini right now. And that's my 12th house. And that might be a little bit why I'm so foggy and forgetful and a little airheaded and sleepy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And totally daydreamy. Like, you just explained a bunch of things and I'm just like not here. I can't, I'm not very tethered. I'm shuffling forever for Gemini. So this is, you know, a closing. This is a time to walk away from things that aren't emotionally fulfilling anymore. This is a, like, I don't know if it shows, but it's a nighttime sky, and that's a moon. So this eclipse moon is likely to shake up and cause you to realize that your security isn't going to come from the things you're feeling currently. You have to find new ways to feel. You have to go towards the elevated. You're hiking towards, going up towards some new perspective. You're getting a new look. Perhaps you're sneaking away at night to do it, but either way, you're doing it. Go ahead and show your card because I'm still taking
another Ace of Pentacles.
You're
walking away to have a better opportunity financially, whether this is you taking a new job, whether it's maybe you're entering into, it could be a relationship even where you're just more financially stable. You're going from one to the other, but it's going to result in a fulfillment of the pentacle.
But you have to do the footwork. You can't just think about it.
Right.
You have to actually get into your emotions enough to recognize that what you have going on isn't desirable enough to leave.
But once you leave, this is the next thing that's going to happen.
Which is good. Like, there's new money coming in, new ideas, new collaborations, new projects, new building things. So there's nothing not to like about that. Let's get this last card in. New love, maybe.
Okay, so that makes me even believe even more. You might be going from one decision into another that could lead to a relationship, or you're finally deciding you're going to make the move into a relationship, and it's ideally going to make you very abundant, whether it is it could be emotionally, financially, ideally financially.
Like, Gemini, I know it's really hard for you not to intellectualize your emotions, but you're going to really have to feel things.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of everything.
Ooh, when I just said that, it made my heart jump. I don't like. I'm afraid. I guess I'm afraid this is going to come get me. But it's not a bad thing. It's just I don't. I have a lot of Gemini in my chart, and I don't like to feel exclusively. I like to be able to think about what I feel, but being lost in pure emotion is so, like, makes my heart skip a beat. I don't like it.
Righty. Cancer.
I wish I wasn't yawning. It wasn't until we turned on the camera that I started to yawn.
Cancer's got the Wheel of Fortune. So ideally anything could happen, good or bad. Like,
it's fated. Whatever it is. So in this case, I feel like these two cards together, because you can go anywhere with this, and if you're too creative, you can put yourself in an emotional panic, wondering what it's gonna do. So I just whipped it out real fast.
Anything can happen. That's really
this is about building a network of people to get a project together, a team, a symbiotic work relationship with more than one person to put ideas, or maybe even crowdsourcing money even towards something. It's whatever it is, it's fixed. It's not just well, there's fixed energies around the outside of this Wheel of Fortune. It symbolizes things that are for sure like stubborn. Like maybe it has to do with you're stubborn about creating a solid network, a solid group think. But either way, I feel like this is on the up. It's good.
Considering this is
It's
Cancer,
fortunate. It's lucky.
I just had this come to mind. For instance, Cancer, you're a business owner, or you're opening businesses, and you're networking, you're interviewing, you're figuring out who you can trust to work for you, stuff like that. But this Wheel of Fortune, anything is possible.
Yeah, you definitely have to collaborate for sure. You know, this is not a one-man party thing. So yeah, I like that. I think that's really positive.
Let's see how this moon's gonna treat Cancer.
I feel like there's one more thing I should say about the wheel.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. I feel like it's like this nagging emptiness. Like maybe it's a pregnant pause on purpose though.
It's the Ten of Swords. You are feeling beat the fuck
This
up.
moon.
You're
too tired to build. That's why you need help.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys will tend to, a lot like Taurus, you'll keep things in and keep things in and keep things in, and things will just flow to the top, and finally you're just overpouring and everything's too late already. You're overwhelmed. Things are being forgotten, missed, da 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 da. So with this moon, we'd really like to avoid you feeling fucked up, tired, anxious.
If you already feel that way though, which in that case this might be your present situation upon this moon. Like if you find yourself feeling this way, like right fucking now,
talk.
You need to branch out and get your team together. You need to pick people that you probably already know and get over some pride and spread your micromanaging out a little bit. Stop being so controlling. Your sunshine is about to come up. This is something that's probably already happened and you're feeling the effects of, and it will get better. It just needs like a team. A good team. So yeah, Cancer, this is going to be kind of a shitty feeling moon for you probably. I'm sorry because this is your moon, but you know, the cards say what they're going to say, but it's going to get better and it's going to be to your benefit to try not to be so guarded.
In the end, it's always going to be for your benefit because this is your timeline. But ideally, you're the one who interprets how you feel. All right.
Oof.
Leo.
Two of Wands. This is...
He's got the whole world in his hand.
This is combustion of energy and like sitting there and like churning, going with your passions and like going inside and watching yourself run free and be creative.
I like to say he's the sexiest card in the deck. Like that.
It's just funny to me that she says that because like I like look at, you can't even see him like, but he does have the bag, like again that winningness, like that he looks rich and he's got the whole world in his hands, and I don't know. That's what she likes anyway. This dude obviously can appreciate perspective. I mean, he's got the best view in town. I like it. So, let's just... he's... That's going to be a good screenshot.
Yeah, I was like, ping. You guys saw me just going through, and I stopped.
You've already had the good idea, and you're just like ruminating on how to build it and let this fire spread. It's exciting. It's something that's fertile for you.
100% in your power.
Yeah.
Like, Leo is on fire.
Wow. Don't be doubting yourself. I mean, I don't really see any reason why whatever you're working on isn't going to succeed. Whatever you spend your time and energy on the most, and you better be choosing wisely, because this is really good energy for Leo. So, let's get that last card.
Yes. I love when we pull the same cards. Like, it's so rare, but like the energy intensifies like crazily. Like,
This is the Seven of Pentacles, and it feels like, again, you're waiting. Those Two of Wands cards are waiting, and this is also a card where your planting has been done, and you're sort of watching things grow, and you don't know if they're like, it feels like time is being, I don't remember who I heard say this, but I loved it. It feels like time is being wasted. It might have been Eliza. Shout out to Eliza if you're watching this. I hate how much I say oh my god. It's time consuming. It feels more like very timely, or time waiting for the right particular time for both cards. I don't know why time is so...
Time's of the essence.
I'm not getting too much.
I'm really picking up on slow down and like smell the roses. Like
you cannot be in a hurry.
Every single card you're watching.
You cannot force your way into this.
Yeah. Just enjoy everything that's going on right in this very moment for this next month. It's like growing beautiful plants and just staring at them and growing from babies up, and you're like, oh my gosh, I just love watching you grow. It's a lot like the same thing.
You can't force a blossom to open into a full flower.
Right. They do it on their own time. And you know, sometimes when you're ready to give up, they go poof. So, all right, Virgo.
We just got done this weekend working like I said, 2 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And they were, both bosses are Virgos.
Ace of Wands, Virgo.
So you're getting like an intellectual, not intellectual, a passionate charge. Like an opening, a brand new burst is a good word for that card. Burst.
You know, if you've heard us before, we refer to this song. I almost said this song. We refer to this card thanks to Verouge. This is like the Ace of Dicks, so
it's passion. It's passion. It's passion. It's passion. It's winning. It's
all you do is
it's causing
win, no
jealousy,
what.
envy, and rage. I can't remember which I don't know, but we did just, it was Taurus.
Yep. that?
Taurus has a really good story about this card.
So Taurus and Virgo both get that.
Go to that timestamp if you're a Virgo and check that story out because it was fun. However, I feel like there's only one thing that can really stop you, and that's if you care what people think about you.
It's like this is kind of like that, like special sword, and it's like you got the sword.
There's
and
an
now he's got the
enthusiastic
sword.
yes to this. The time is now. You don't have to wait.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
There's nothing holding you back. You just have to accept that this moment is your moment. You're getting public recognition. Things are building. The only way through this is to keep going and like expand. So
let's see what the moon has to say. The moon says, what is this?
Nine of Pentacles.
The Nine of Pentacles. So she's kind of like, I like to look at her as kind of like a Disney princess almost. Like in the wilderness, she's all
got a bird on her finger.
Yeah, exactly, bird. And I like to look at the pentacles kind of like berries because of the bushes and stuff like that.
Well, there is like grapes behind those pentacles.
Like it's just like fruitful and a plenty and just beautiful.
Her labor has come to a place where she can enjoy it, even if it is by herself.
So maybe you're actually starting to feel like your hard work has paid off, and you're finally starting to enjoy it. It's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Feminine character on the card. It makes me feel like it's a feminine energetic expression of receiving magnetism, energy of just being, stillness, attraction instead of doing, creating, building. It's something that's you're savoring.
That's for Libra?
Yeah. Okay. I guess I jumped way forward. This is what happens. Libra is like getting inspired by songs or music, or you're creating songs or music or writing something that has to do with art or expression is coming your way. This could be somebody else, but that's bringing you more of the same, or if it's I think it's actually, I feel like this is you because it came first, and Libra is experiencing just like connectiveness and within.
Well, Virgo just got this for their moon card, and you just watched me shuffle, and I just pulled this again. This is the Nine of Pentacles. So we were just saying how this is someone who's enjoying the fruits of their labor. Their hard work is paid off. They are like
satisfied.
Yeah, like everything is like they're just like, ah, yes. It's like going on a long road trip and finally making it to your destination.
Finally getting the chance to expand and enjoy the time you have, because you have some cushion of cash to actually maybe get into some things that you've been wanting to get into for a while, things that you love, things that inspire you.
Bucket list.
Yeah, big bucket list time, or somebody is coming in and providing, maybe one of these two cards could be somebody else. It could be providing the means to go about your art. You might be getting like a commission, or somebody paying you to create something in particular, or vice versa, where somebody has an idea, an emotion, something that they need your backing for. But either way, this is a really harmonious, like kind of a muse creator thing. It's exciting. I feel like both of you are having fun with this. So I dig it. It's good for Libra. Put that moon card in. That cat over there. He's so cute. He looks like a people. The Magician. I like it. So it is a creation thing. So you, as a result from this moon, you have everything on in your
The powers in your
all the elements are in your hands to be able to enjoy yourself and create something that's artistic or just enjoying the fruits of your labor in general. Something that's manifested for you from this moon is creating a space for more. It's like your vortex is just like rich and just giving you things, whether it be through others or through inspiration.
All right, Scorpio. This is the Page of Swords.
Oh, there's a spy.
Yeah. There's something about this card I just don't like. And so, who likes spies? Like, you just got that, like...
Little lurking.
Yeah, like, I want to, like, squint my eyes when I pull this card out. Like...
Just, like, tonight or in general? You don't like him usually?
No, yeah.
Hmm.
He makes me, like, want to go, like...
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, yeah, he's the vibe I get from him.
Interesting.
Like, who are you?
So, these two cards together are kind of interesting. There's like a meditative slowing down, calming of the mind that's happening in this card. It's like respite, taking peace, taking sanctuary, taking time and being alone. But it's almost like this person can't intellectually handle the space that's happening, and they want to watch you as much as possible, or vice versa. Like, I don't know if this is whatever. It doesn't really matter. I feel like this person is almost wanting to disrupt this process of taking space and time and be not very allowing about it. Does that make sense? Because he's just in that zone.
Yeah. No, kind of a gossiper and just,
That's not what this card's about at all.
no. But let's see what the moon's got to say for Scorpio. It's the second time I've done this. I've pulled the moon for
The moon card.
the moon. Okay, so
There's something hidden, something under the surface. That's why you're wanting to separate and have space, because you sense deeply that there's something that needs to happen, and you're going to probably be hit in the face with the discomfort of whatever it is that's under the surface that you're wanting to pry apart and look into and check out. So
this is gonna be a very
I don't know. It might be provoking, but it depends. It could be something that's very educational.
Emotional at the same time, though.
Well, take your peace and don't worry about who's spying on you in general, and take your intuitions and get into them as deep as you can get.
Sounds about right. All right.
Worry more about you and not about the other guy.
Sag.
If I were you at Scorpio, if I was Scorpio, I would get into your own business and be obsessed about that more than anybody else's business. So we're doing Sag right now? Okay. So there's something that is giving you the feeling of
crying over spilt milk.
Yeah, or not taking things for granted, whether you're feeling taken for granted or there's a section of your life that you've taken for granted. Let's see.
Six of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like the being taken for granted is
the energy exchange isn't equal.
Absolutely. Considering it is this that was pulled first, I think it's you that's feeling taken for granted. I feel like that's you, and you're seeing yourself being taken for granted. If it was the other way around, I think that somebody else be like you're taking them for granted.
It's almost like your line of work isn't at all working for you. Like it's not doing good. It's actually whoever's your overseer or your boss or whatever is literally using you.
Yeah, like this line, like if it's a relationship, if it's work, either way, it's taking more from you than it's providing from you. The give and take is, yeah, like she said, it's all off balance.
Like there's points where they're giving you bonuses that aren't actually bonuses. They're just bonuses in name only, and it's like bullshit. It's like getting bags of dry dust for a gift. It's not great. You're not being appreciated. So what are you gonna do about it?
I don't know. What's the moon gonna do about it?
God damn it. I got done yawning and then you yawned.
I know.
So the Sag card for the Sag. There's that energy coming up for this equality. This is an alchemy trying to balance, trying to it's like I keep yawning, but I feel like this is kind of pertinent. It's like when you yawn and your ears pop and your equilibrium is coming into play where it's like you're remixing the air in your ears or the pressure. It's something to do with that in your emotions feeling taken for granted. It's like this is where your assessment, this is where you get your guidance that something isn't right about what's happening this month. This is where you get your enlightenment stage where you're getting shown where your issues are, and that the way it comes in is going to help you understand where your support is as well. There's guidance to this. It's not just finding something out and feeling like you're getting dumped and have no means of fixing it. It's there's an addition of support here. So that moon's going to be kind of good, kind of annoying.
Wow. All right, Capricorn. Two of Wands. Alright, so this dude is enjoying the now. He's got the world in his hands. He's taking it all in. He's successful. He's got the bad.
He's planning. He's got his intentions and his passions all in one spot. Ooh. And somebody doesn't like it. It's like they want to nitpick and fight and break down and poke holes in their dreams.
I'm feeling like it's a family member.
Yeah, big time. Somebody that can sneak up on you from behind and actually like say that thing that would deflate you. So, Capricorn, you might want to avoid your family this month. Not for any other reason other than you don't need their opinions right now.
A lot of times there'll be people in your family that will, they don't feel like they've succeeded, so they don't want other people to succeed, and they will just try to poke holes and pop tires and, not literally, but any way that they can make things go. Yeah, exactly. And
if you feel like this has been happening, it's probably correct.
Nah, we ain't gonna let this happen.
No.
Not at all. Okay, so how's this moon gonna be for you?
Somebody's gonna get their feelings hurt.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna get their feelings hurt because here comes the bully card.
I just felt it.
I knew it was gonna be a swords card.
You're gonna have to speak up and tell them to fuck off.
Absolutely. Put people in their place, establish boundaries. This moon can feel very boundary pushing. You can feel like you're having to walk on eggshells. People are just kind of, hitting you below the belt, and you just need to be in the position to remind yourself of the Two of Wands. And he knows exactly who he is and where he's at and what he's done to get there. And
You've had the inspiration. You're the one that has the inspiration. They're not the one with the inspiration.
Absolutely. So this moon is gonna make you feel like you're just being poked and prodded in every single spot. But it's just to test basically your armor.
Yeah, that's those eclipses points for you guys. Like, it's gonna be Capricorn and Cancer are both gonna be really stretched and forced.
Right. Aquarius.
Knight of Wands. This is, it's screaming like impatience and what's the other word? Impulsivity. Two I words came to mind. There's something that is feeling like it's been a big old rush to somebody. And I'm looking forward to seeing what this next card is so I can find out what the big old rush is.
What is the rush? What is the rush? It's the Lovers.
Oh. So Aquarius.
The
Lovers isn't always, but is, can be a loving romantic relationship.
It could be a mirroring.
It can be a family relationship even. It has to do with relationships in general. And it's a Gemini card, which isn't exactly the most romantic sign. It's intellectual. So this has to do with like intellectual passions and pursuing something that I feel like maybe it will transform your relationships. It's you're in a hurry to transform something that has to do with the way you react or the way you're acting is transforming your relationships, but it could be for harmony's sake. You just might be a little bit in a rush to, and I don't want you to trample other people's feelings to get to where you want to be. Your goals are going to probably be met anyway. So
I'm really just feeling like this is definitely...
Oh, I just had another one pop up. Go
Okay,
ahead.
go. No. Mirroring. It's just mirroring. Like, that's all I keep hearing.
There's an Aquarius that's in a relationship and has a Knight of Wands character, a fire sign that's trying to break up what's established. This is a third party trying to fuck with what's a lover's relationship that's already established. Possibly. So
That does
there
make
is
sense.
a case where there is a Leo, Sag, or Aries interacting with an established relationship that has to do with an Aquarius.
Interesting.
So I don't even have any advice really other than just to keep an eye out on whatever that is. It's probably a dude on the outside though, so moon card. Okay, so it's an Aries. So it
Aquarius, watch out for them Aries.
I don't feel like you have any control over this situation. So whatever is happening is out of your hands. This is something that somebody else has influence over.
But you do have control over your reactions.
Your empire can't be influenced, but you can. You can check yourself before you rickety wreck yourself. That is so old. Oh my god, I just aged myself. Oh lord. But you know what I mean, you guys. You're corny too. This came upside down. This is not being in control. This is like being kind of a dick about it. Like there's just disrespect kind of around you. So be aware. I don't like it.
Beware. Right. Pisces.
The more you try to control that thing, Aquarius, you're fucked.
We got the Five of Pentacles. So there's a good thing you're feeling like you were put out. You were left out in the, like, cold. They're
feeling insecure.
Yeah, like...
Your self-worth is shit.
They're both, like... The little boy... Like, the boy's injured. They're both in raggedy-ass clothes. Like, things aren't going smooth. It's there's a little bit of turbulence
There's
going
a rough
on.
patch.
Yeah.
In July. And it's probably because there's somebody from your past shaking things up. If not from a past life, there's somebody that knows your buttons and is pushing them to make you feel some type of way. Are you going to let that happen? Pisces, you're already super emotional. Like, I talked to a Pisces last night, and you know, he was so insecure that he wasn't taking no for an answer. And, like, emotionally, boundaries are a really good thing for you, because somebody who's like this is like somebody who you have a lot of nostalgia for is just kind of like, I feel like, yes, there's good times and bad times with this person, and it's hard to judge when the good times and bad times are going to be passing by, but it's just so hot and cold. I don't like it. So you want to find something that's more established for you.
The Empress.
And there's your establishment. That's your moon card. So you want to get in touch with your feminine side probably this month
Yup.
in order to fight. Not this month, but this moon. You process your emotionally feminine side, your magnetism, and you'll be able to balance this situation that's coming up this month where your buttons are getting pushed by somebody from your past. Or
This card right here could just ideally mean you're feeling like you're in a shitty spot. You know, ideally it could just be, you know, mentally or emotionally. It doesn't have to be financially. I tend to look at this as just like a crap card, like shitty day, flat tire, you know, shit happens. But that doesn't mean at the end of the day you still can't be.
you can't force anything in this situation. This is, you have to look at what is and what your attitudes could be about it. Not what they are, but what the potential for feeling things out, feeling things through, being more I guess keep thinking magnetic about things.
You got to be more conscious of the energy you're putting out there, really, ideally, and the way you're reacting to.
Yeah, your reactions are really, really important, Pisces.
So
There's just weirdness.
it comes down to the feminine energy, though.
You have to be very sensitive to that in your life. You have to hone in on that.
Okay, so we finally made it to the Oracle card. So this is for the overall collective energy of this new moon on July 2nd. And she pulled the number 12 card a little bit earlier. We touched base on it. I'm just trying to get to the actual click page. Okay, every journey starts with a single step. You are on a journey. Yes, it is an internal journey, but there is also a physical expression of this journey that is going to become increasingly important to the fulfillment of your destiny in this lifetime. Your journey has started on the inside, but its destination will be physical expression of an internal healing. This journey will draw upon what you have learned and mastered over the course of your life. So much so that you may feel as though your life experiences have prepared you just for this particular adventure. You have all that you need within you. This is not a time to worry about what you are going to take with you. From within your heart, you will sense what needs to come along for this ride and what is the best left behind you now. You may be surprised at exactly how much can be left behind without you feeling concerned or anxious. You will be able to travel far lighter than you have ever imagined possible. To be best equipped for this journey, you will need a lightness of heart and the realization that change can be an incredible blessing. Even if you are leaving behind Even if what you are leaving behind is something you found secure, safe, familiar, or comforting. Just as the butterfly leaves the chrysalis behind when it is time to spread its newly formed wings, so too are you ready to leave behind what was and embrace what is more appropriate for you at this time. There is an element to this journey you are embarking upon that is unknown. Perhaps it is news to you that you are even taking a journey. However, the realization that traveling along a familiar path brings no guarantees is more likely. This open, unscripted quality to your journey will help you gain the most from your experiences. You see, this journey is a spiritual gift. It is an invitation from the great loving heart of the universe, calling you into something that you would not have otherwise found. You are not supposed to know all the details, nor how it's going to work out before you set out. You are just meant to take one step after the other, again and again, so that you can receive the gifts that are headed your way. If you are considering taking a physical trip somewhere, this oracle comes as a confirmation that the journey will in some way be a life-changing one, and this is good. If the journey you are considering is more of an internal variety, such as exploring a new field of consciousness, beginning a new creative work, or traveling into the void of unknown possibilities in order to start your work, then this oracle is confirmation that indeed a wise choice and much new life will come about it. This oracle brings you particular guidance that the apparently small steps you are taking in an area of your life important to you right now are actually far more powerful and constructive than you realize. Sometimes you are gaining ground, but the effect is not obvious.
Immediately obvious?
Yeah, my eyes like skipped ahead. That's why I paused for that. I was like, what?
Hey, don't act like you haven't done it over there, out there listening.
This doesn't mean that nothing is happening. It simply means that the effects of your actions are cumulative, and soon they will begin to overflow into the physical world with a positive impact that may surprise you. This oracle brings you the message to keep going. If you have been doing a lot of inner work and are frustrated or concerned that you are not seeing the results translate into the physical world, keep faith, as the physical manifestation of your inner work is coming. Remember that you have all the resources you need and then some. Your inner and outer journeys are blessed with positive energy, and all you need to do is keep going, one step at a time. Healing process. Say aloud, of my own free will, I now choose to surrender any fear or doubt about my ability to succeed. I believe in myself. I trust myself. I have faith in the unfolding journey of my life, both internally and out in the world. Even in the face of the unknown, I know that positive energy surrounds me and I am protected. Through unconditional love, I am supported and assisted to take each step as need be so that my great creative life journey can be all that it can be. You may like to complete your healing process with a quick dance around the lounge room.
Quickly.
Feeling joy in your heart. And lightness in your step. Just a suggestion. I'm going to start reading before my words start slurring. Stupid.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, they get a little long, and then my words are like... Overall, this is definitely going to be a step in a direction, especially if you're starting to feel a little frustrated. Things are, you just feel stagnant. Like, why?
Your emotions, you're coming up with new established, the old ways are going, new things are coming, and nobody likes change. So the thing to do is to try to figure out how to adapt to it, even though we can't stop the change. That you just can't. It's that dichotomy between life and death, self-parenting, discipline, emotions, and security, feeling it whether or not that you have evidence that you should feel secure, creating that emotion inside yourself, building things, security, cultivating that, and making sure you have that in your life. So there's a lot going on for just about everybody.
Sounds about right. We hope you got some insight out of this video. Make sure to please like and share this video. Give us some feedback. We like to know how you felt.
If you happen to still be seeing this, I suppose if you have only watched your sun sign, you don't know your moon and rising,
you're missing out.
You're missing out because you could be watching more of your timestamps, which are in the description box below, and get more of a well-rounded reading. So just keep that in mind, and that's what we can do for you for free. If you'd like a private reading or a look at your chart, any sort of indicators, helps, anything that you would like to discuss with either one of us, we would love to book a session with you and get that done.
She's got a new booking page now started up, so that link will also be down below. All right, see you guys on the next video. Bye.